Good morning and welcome to the 8th edition of Elevenses in association with Google Partners. First of all, thanks very much for joining us today on this Hangout. My name's Bex and I'm part of the agency team here at Google.
Hi, my name's Neil and I'm a YouTube specialist here in Google as well.
And today we're going to be attempting to demystify YouTube for you. So video advertising is a really effective and impactful medium, and through AdWords it's now readily and easily available for all advertisers to use once they have some video content. And the great news is that even if your advertiser doesn't have video content, you can still reach them as you can still use YouTube, as YouTube is part of the Google Display Network, so your display ads will show on there. But today we're going to focus on the video side of YouTube, and we're going to cover off three main parts. Firstly, I'm going to kick off and I'm going to talk about reach and the audience that you can reach on the YouTube platform, and then I'm going to hand it over to Neil.
Yeah, and then I'll cover the two main ad formats available on YouTube, and finally how to track and measure both of them.
So without further ado, we'll move on to the reach section, which is the first part of this. So, first of all, why do audiences flock to YouTube? That's a really important thing to understand before you start to think about how you want to reach them and how you're going to outline your strategy and your YouTube strategy. So people go to YouTube generally for one of three reasons. That's to be educated, to be entertained, or to be inspired. And really, video is the ultimate way to get your story across there. It's the only medium that can introduce a company or a product to someone, explain the value proposition of what that product is, and then move that person to take action, and maybe even in less than 30 seconds. There's two really strong reasons why YouTube is a great place to use video formats. The first is that people have actively sought out the content that they want to watch. So whether that's that they want to be educated, that they want to be entertained, or that they want to be inspired, they've gone to YouTube and they've actively looked for that content that they want, which means that they're really engaged when you reach out to them and when you put your ad format in front of them. And then the second reason is that there is then a way for them to complete a follow-on action from that video content. So whether they choose to watch an ad or choose to skip an ad, or if they choose to click through, and Neil's going to cover that bit off in a little bit more detail in a second. But who is it who goes to YouTube? Well, the good news is that no matter who you're looking to reach in terms of audience, the odds on are that you'll be able to reach them through the YouTube platform. So on the left-hand side there, you see the reach that we've got for 15 to 34-year-olds, and this is taken from the Comscore Media Metrics data that was published last April. And you can see that we reach males, 98% of 15 to 34-year-olds, and 97% of females. And those people aren't just there as a one-off. The average views per month now in that age group is 201 views, with an average watch time of 23 minutes. So these people are going to YouTube in their droves. They're watching a lot of content, and they're watching for a long amount of time. And the great news is that even if we look at the oldest age bracket, so 55 plus, YouTube still has a really significant reach. So 81% of men and 73% of women can be reached through the YouTube platform. So what does that mean for you as an agency and for the clients that you're working with? Well, many of you are already going to be working with advertisers who are really proficient in AdWords. They have a sophisticated AdWords strategy. They're effectively capturing people who are searching for them, for their product offering, their competition. But what about the people who aren't searching to find or to find out more or to buy the product? What about the people who aren't even aware of your client's product offering or the service that they have? How do you get your message to them, and how do you tell them your story? YouTube is a great way to fill that need, to harness the power of storytelling, and to make sure that you reach who those people are. So how exactly can you reach those people, and who are they? So first of all, the previously engaged people. So people who you can reach through remarketing on YouTube, who've already engaged with you, whether that be through another YouTube ad or through the power of customer match. So with Customer Match, we can upload your CRM data to reach people who we know are valuable customers to you, or who potentially haven't converted that might, and we can reach those people on YouTube. We can then extend that with Customer Match again into people who have a similar profile to those current customers whose information you have, which is really powerful. So finding other customers who look like your current customers. We can also target people who are actively researching products and services that are relevant to your users. And then we can also reach a wider target audience. So whether that's on demographic or on interests and affinities, we can reach them on YouTube and target them. And the great news is that we can also now anticipate what that reach will be through a tool called Reach Explorer. Now, Reach Explorer is available and accessible through your Google representative. And what they can do is log into our system and understand that for any budget and any time frames, what the reach would be of your YouTube campaign in terms of absolute reach in people, percentage of the universe that you're looking to reach, the frequency, and then therefore calculating out the GRPs for your budget and for your campaign and for the targeting that you want to do. So this is really powerful to be able to sell in reach to your advertisers. I'm now going to hand over to Neil, who's going to talk about how we maximize impact on YouTube.
Yes. Thank you, Bex. So YouTube has two key formats that enable advertisers to make a big impact with their video content. YouTube is all about creating and capturing demand, and these two formats will help you do just that. The first format is TrueView in-display. These are video ads that appear in search results of YouTube, which happens to be the world's #2 search engine. They also appear as suggested videos beneath watch page videos, which you can see here in the slide. If a user clicks on the ad, the promoted video will then play. The advertiser pays when someone clicks on the ad and the video actually begins to play. Only then do they pay. So this is a useful format if there are search terms people are entering into YouTube, like movie trailer, vacuum cleaner reviews, makeup tutorials, and other popular kind of, search queries entered on YouTube. Or if you wish to target by interests or topics, you can appear alongside videos to people who may wish to watch your ad. I'd suggest that this format is great for driving awareness and video views. It's more of a niche option than the next format which we'll look at, which is called in-stream, which gets the majority of impressions on YouTube. This is the second and probably the most familiar ad format, TrueView in-stream. It's a pre-roll ad that lets you skip after 5 seconds. If you've ever been on YouTube, you'll be familiar with the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 skip ad format. The ability to skip ensures that it is indeed a true view, not a forced one. Users who've watched the whole ad have been fully engaged in the content, which is what paying advertisers want. Speaking of paying, this format is pay-per-view rather than pay-per-click. So when someone watches the whole ad or 30 seconds, whichever arrives first, only then will the advertiser be charged. Similar to search, you only pay when someone engages with your ad, a view in this case rather than a click on AdWords searches usually. This ad format is great for driving broad reach and awareness, as well as driving clicks to your website. So this covers branding as well as direct response. So I just want to look at some of the key components of in-stream ads. It's not just a video that you need to upload. There's a few extra bits and pieces to add in there, which will help maximize the performance. So a campaign banner is the 300 by 60 banner, which appears alongside your skip or pre-roll ad. So as you can see here, it's that in the top right-hand corner to the right-hand side of the video. So when you upload your video, make sure you have a banner ready as well to upload at the same time through the AdWords interface. Its main use is to kind of support the branding of the video and drive clicks to the website using a call to action. If the ad is for hotels in Dubai, then the banner will encourage users to book a hotel on the website of the advertiser. If the advertiser has paid for a view, then the banner is actually entirely free. So when the banner continues to show, even after the TrueView ad is finished, they are essentially free impressions and branding for your client. Another element to add to your TrueView ads is the call to action overlay. So this works on both in-stream and in-display formats, and is essentially that tiny little banner which appears within the video itself to the bottom left-hand side, as you can see here on the kind of the tablet and mobile versions. Similar will work on desktop as well. Basically, provide one line of text and a URL. You can also add an optional image or logo, which we'd highly recommend, and they'll all appear in that little banner in the bottom left. This is great for kind of simple calls to action and getting users to the advertiser's website. For example, if it's a charity, you can say donate here now at www.charity.com, and hopefully those users will then go donate on the charity client's website. The final element that we'd recommend for the TrueView ads, and the latest and newest addition, is TrueView for shopping. So this is a simple and effective way to add product details and shopping links into the video content, and you do this by linking your Google Merchant Center to your TrueView ads. This makes it easier than ever for consumers to click on and purchase products which are directly related to the video ad they're watching. So using the same technology as behind our dynamic remarketing, TrueView for shopping automatically selects most relevant products from your merchant center for that particular user. So for example, if a shoe shop runs an ad, it will then show up to about 5 different pairs of shoes relevant to that individual person watching the ad, chosen from the hundreds of products available on the advertiser's merchant center feed. Again, a great way to drive business for those direct response advertisers. So looking then at the kind of final section of results. So showing results from your YouTube campaigns is absolutely essential. You need to be able to demonstrate that impact and that success to your clients. And given that, we have a measurement solution for each and every advertiser. So you can now measure from the last click conversions at the very bottom of the funnel right up to brand awareness and beginnings of consideration at the top of that funnel. Advertisers will have differing goals and objectives, so different metrics are required for each. From branding to Dior, we have solutions to match each stage of that funnel. Brand Lift measures the metrics that matters through search and surveys. We measure the difference in various brand metrics as listed here between an exposed group and a control group. So that's people who have seen the ad and people who haven't seen the ad using online surveys. We also measure search uplift of brand terms on Google and YouTube from users exposed to TrueView ads. So all this is compiled and sent to you after the campaign by your Google rep in this easy-to-read format. It's particularly appreciated by kind of marketing managers familiar with television and other offline media, as that's what they'll be used to. One thing to bear in mind is that there is a minimum spend of £700 a day to use Brand Lift, and that's for 7 days consecutively, so about 4,900. So please bear that in mind, and you can contact your Google rep, as mentioned before, if you're interested in Brand Lift. Another benefit of being a Google partner is that you have access to betas. This is a new beta which enables you to see kind of TrueView ads appear in multi-channel funnel reports. This allows you to see the kind of full influence of paid ads on YouTube by understanding the role as assisted conversions. A TrueView ad may inspire users to search for a brand term or click on a banner at a later date. This beta provides extremely useful kind of additional layer of information, highlighting that full funnel value of TrueView ads, including the conversions and revenue from them. So again, speak to your Google rep if you're interested in getting whitelisted for this beta. Finally, to cover off the difference between conversions and view-through conversions, which can be a point of confusion. Conversions track user actions that come on the back of a full paid view of a TrueView ad. They do not need to have clicked through directly from the ad, but they may have opened a new tab or gone directly to the website or searched on Google for that brand term and then converted that way. View-through conversions, on the other hand, are conversions that happen after a user skipped the ad but went on to convert anyway. They may have watched 5 seconds or 25 seconds of the ad without the advertiser being charged. So this is another useful metric to monitor, especially as view-through conversions are free.
So that's the final section of our presentation today. We hope that we've managed to demystify YouTube for you. We've covered off the reach, so how you can reach new customers and your target audience on YouTube. Neil's gone through the impact and the ad formats that we have, and how we can impact people's decisions by getting them to take action from within YouTube, and then also how we measure results. So whether that's through Brand Lift or conversions and assisted conversions. We really hope you've enjoyed today's session. The only thing that's left to do is for us to wish you a good day, and we'll see you next time on Elevenses. Thanks very much.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.